All right. We are back. We are back with the last page. Oh. Good to see everyone in the chat. I am very excited because this has been a long time coming. I'm actually going to rework this page. We have the panel there. We can get rid of the border guide. We have the thumb. How much did I get done? I got the previous page done since last time. So this one is finished. I can't recall. I think I streamed this first panel last week, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe, no, I worked on these. So I did this one on like a Tuesday or something like that. And then I streamed these on Thursday, and then on Friday I finished up these. So this page is done. I'm actually very happy with how this page turned out. It's gonna be a bit to color it because of all the different aspects, but yeah, no, I'm actually quite happy with how that page turned out. This one, I need to kind of rethink the composition a little bit, and so we're gonna do that. We're gonna create a sketch layer. And what I'm more thinking, instead of having like this big like rock formation here, what I'm more thinking, she's gonna be further back. I may even just turn this off and just go straight from the sketch. But I'm going to need a bit of perspective. I don't remember which is the best one. I could use the perspective grid. This crazy looking thing. What of issue is? Could either do that one or I could do this one, but I would need to eliminate the floor. Also, I don't think that's the right one. Try this one. Yeah, I like this one better. Okay. I don't know. That other one does give a little bit more context further on. I would have to delete the floor as well. I don't think I can do. I'm actually going to... Actually, you know what? We're going to kind of use a combination of the two, because this has a nice, like, floor plane that we can build things on top of. And then this one gives that nice, like, oops, upwards kind of like wall effect. We're gonna kind of force the perspective to work here. And then what's really cool is this. I can kind of use you. Oh, that's right. It's in combination. Unless, can I put that on its own? Yes, I can. Nah, we won't worry about that. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be kind of forcing the perspective a little bit, but that's all right. because it's meant to look surreal anyway. Okay, so, but yeah, so in the future, always remember, grids are your friend. Grids are your friend. I'm really tempted to just turn that off. Okay. And let me just kind of lay out some line work here. I want this to look like it's kind of crowding over. Guess he's modeling Blender right now? Nice. Modeling is a great skill. I wish I was better at it. What kind of stuff are you modeling? Are you modeling like hard surface stuff or characters or whatever? I'm always curious. Because there's always so many different, like, it's crazy how many like different like skill sets go into so many different things, you know? I was never very good at like well, I was never good at modeling in general, but hard surface modeling I never really learned the ropes of. Actually, I want to move this over a touch. They're all so detailed. Yeah, that's something you gotta learn with game design and whatnot is you know, exercising caution within your vision, as it were. Truth be told, that's a really important skill just in general for art, is like understanding like, oh, especially like in animation where it's like there's a lot of like tedium and whatnot, where it's like, yeah, that's not gonna work because you're gonna have to spend, you know, 5 hours drawing every single frame. It's like, yeah, you'll never get it done. Making one with like 5 sets of wings. Good grief. Well, and then there's with models in games in particular, it's always so funny to me. Like, I remember, you know, because there's all those like custom avatars for like VR chat and stuff like that, and it's just like stupid unoptimized. Like every little fiber has a like 4 polygons to it, you know, the character, and it's just like it's like you can get the same exact effect with either like textures, bump maps, or normals, or, you know, you name. There's just a million other ways to do it that are just so much more efficient. But for some reason, people just like are allergic to optimization. Actually, I need to go to this one. I want to change this to red. Opacity, there we go. Has to be optimized. Yeah. Well, that's a good mentality to have for games, because it's really important. I did a lot of low poly stuff when I was learning 3D, because the guy that I was learning from is a really good teacher. He's very good. He did a lot of stuff for like older games and whatnot, so they had to really work within limitations, right? Like early 2000s, stuff like that. How long do I plan to be on live? I'm not sure yet. Probably at least like a couple hours. We'll see. I mean, ideally, I would like to get this whole page done. But we'll see about that. Sketch just has to kind of do its job, and then the line work can pick it up from there. I do want to have some kind of like stone formations and such out and about here. Hey, what's up, Sebastian? Appreciate the highs. Where do I want to put her? Actually, needs to be a little bit more. Actually, I'm gonna kind of skew this. It's a little bit more aligned. Make sure that this is a little more to the left, and it'll be fine. Of course, it totally doesn't put it on the right stupid thing. Really annoying. Actually, of course. Trade right there. Her head's a little big. Actually, a little too skinny. Let's actually try something. I'm not terribly happy with that. I kind of want there to be a bit more perspective to her stance. So that's kind of a trick you can use. When in doubt, box it out. If you're kind of struggling with the perspective, boxes are a lot easier to think of in perspective. To figure out if you were to put it in a box, what would it look like in your perspective? Works great for people as well, so put people in boxes. This a bit more of a curve to it. less of a curve as it goes back. There we go. Put a lot of people in boxes if you could. Not terribly happy with that leg, but we'll come back to it here. Let me actually bring it more in. that right more forward. Cover it up with sand. Works really good. Actually, you know what? I do actually like that, but I'm going to be very specific in how I handle the foot. I have her lift the heel. At the very least, I would like to get her line work done today. Maybe a big step to figuring out exactly this whole thing's supposed to look like. That's that one done. Actually, I kind of like that shape. Hold on. this now. Okay, let's go ahead and go with this. And let's start with the one layer of Linework here. And of course my caps is on. Monochrome, and we want our rough pencil. This rough pencil's done work, man. What I've been reusing from the beginning. All right. Funny enough, I didn't intend for it to be my inking pen. It's actually just like it says. It's a pencil, but I really liked the texture that it gave. When I turned it on monochrome. Hmm. Yeah, we'll work on that a little bit. Hmm. Come on. Really not happy with this hand. I need to think of what would actually happen. I mean, this would be that. mean, technically, if I were to give her this here as well, we would have something along those lines. Oh, perfect. And I think it'll do. You dang Monday streamer. What's up, King Bob? I am a dingly dangly Monday streamer. I actually do like streaming on Mondays. It's quite nice. It's a nice way to start the week. Hope you're doing well there, Bob. Been a little while since I've seen you in chat. Everything's going alright. You gave in, you started school, you're really busy. That's fair. It's a busy time of year. Ironically, I'm hoping to actually take this October a little easy. So after this is done, I'm probably gonna take a break from. Actually, no, I am gonna take a break from the comic. I may work on the animation some more on stream because I don't want to stop streaming, but I might just do some light, chill, coloring streams or something like that on that animation I was working on before. Yeah, hold on. Whoops, that was the wrong brush. Taking a break from studying for a few. That's fair. Hope it goes well. Honestly, that was the biggest thing that I learned when I was in, well, actually not even in school. It's actually, I learned it from everything other than school. But, you know, you always have those people as students who like, oh my gosh, I need a cram because there's a test and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, you know, so they end up staying up way too late and just driving themselves ragged and then, you know, perform horribly because, you know, they didn't get enough sleep or whatever. Taking breaks is good. Taking breaks actually is better. A win-win. Get to relax and chances are you'll perform better. All about pacing yourself. Which is why I'm going to be taking a break myself. Because burnout sucks and can't work through it. That's the kind of thing you have to take a break. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm guessing this is for like coding and programming and all that. Accelerated Masters in Computer Science. Nice. Dang. Yeah, that is all out. Honestly, I've like from everything I've heard as far as like when school really starts to get worth it, it's when you have like master's programs and stuff like that. Because I remember me and a friend of mine, he went in for like his bachelor's in English literature, I think it was, or something like that, or writing, English writing, something. And it wasn't until he started his master's that he was like, oh, finally, you know, I'm actually like, people actually care about like the classes that they're taking, and like he actually feels like good about like the classes that he's taking and just like how they're approached and whatnot. And so honestly it kind of made me jealous because I'm just like I'm not going to go for my master's in animation. One thing, what would I do with that after the fact? But for a second, just money. But it's like, dang man, that sounds like more along the speed of what I would want. Been told several times at this point that they won't even look at your resume without a degree. Really? Huh. Interesting. I suppose for, if you're doing computer science degrees and stuff like that, like that's more in the, not really, it's not part of STEM directly necessarily, but like it's adjacent, engineering and all that. It has roots and all that, so. hey, if you're being told that it's worth it, then by people who actually could hire you, then it's probably worth it. Animation, they don't give a crap. Because let me tell you, man, it's actually very easy to, at least the program that I went to, like, I don't know about other art programs and stuff like that. There's probably ones that are more challenging, but man, the one I went to is like, you didn't even have to try. I gotta be honest. I did. I made a whole dang film because I wanted to, but it was a joke. Thing about a lot of those programs and stuff like that I've heard of and seen and everything like that, like the really prestigious ones and whatnot, SCAD and CalArts and all that kind of stuff, I really question, like I'm sure there's lots of connections being made, right? Because they're like plugged into the industry, the industry that's currently burning down right now, but that's beside the fact. But I really do question, like, because the whole sort of like concept, right, the way they kind of get people is like, oh, we'll teach you to be an animator and blah blah blah. I'm kind of convinced, like, it, like, if you're going into, I mean, this is a lot of things as well. I mean, this is just life in general, but like, if you're like, oh, they'll kind of like show me what I need to learn. If you go in with that mentality, like, kinda, you know, but you have to like actually pursue it. You know, there's an element to it that, like, you can't just like expect people to put in the legwork, as it were, as far as like, here's how things work, here's like what to look into, blah blah blah, you know. But with AI getting better at that kind of thing, they're not really looking for that anymore, apparently. Well, that doesn't make any sense, though, because, like, oh, you have a degree. It's like, yeah, did the person use AI to, like, pass the degree, you know? Like, so, I mean, I believe that that's the motivation, but that's a goofy motivation. That's interesting, though. I do know, as far as like coding and all that stuff goes, like, they're really running into issues where they have like a bunch of like false bug hunts and stuff like that going on, where it's like the AI will just like make up crap and then submit it for reports and stuff like that. And it's like, well, that's great. Obfuscating actual issues. That's not going to cause problems at all. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole thing. I mean, at the very least, I have the benefit of you know, people, like, the field that I work in is very, like, is at the end of the day very human centric, right? Like, artists want to work with other artists, right? They don't want to necessarily just sit in their room with a computer talking to an AI all the time, right? There is that like desire for the human element, right? The industry wants that. The industry just wants to be able to like plug a machine in and make money, you know, print money, but the actual artists themselves are like, okay, well, I guess we're just going to make our own in the stream. Yo, Zakona. Been a little while. Hope you're doing good. Higher than... That doesn't really make much sense. What should I do? That. All right, let's see what we can do here for the kind of the dune that she's standing on. Fun fact: we are going to be getting out of the desert with the next next chapter. She is on her way to somewhere else. Rocks work. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with her. Yeah. That looks cool. Now for the really long, tedious part. And that is, we're actually going to turn this off. We're going to put the line work to under this. That is the cliffs. I'm gonna chrome that. I'm actually gonna bring the sketch up a little so it's a little easier to see. Okay, so I'm thinking Okay, hopefully that'll work. Okay, now, so the first thing we want to do, let's go ahead and finish this line off. Okay. We got something going here. Okay, so now for the kind of tricky part, you have to kind of start scratching this wall up. Marking where, when there's those elements of decay. Let's see. Let's throw on, where is it? One of the class. Actually, where is it? There it is. That doesn't make sense. I'm kind of slouching. That's looking all right. Nice thing is, as it goes further back, I don't have to worry as much about the detail, because things that are further away naturally have less detail. Catch you later, King Bob. Have a good one. Good luck on that test. Hello, Guilty Gear. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, tasty tacos. That does help. I That always improves my mood. Ugh. Of course, I'm going to be doing ramen tonight, so no tacos for me this time. Although I'm more of a burrito guy. Tacos are good, though. I do like me some tacos. Okay, turn that off again. All right, that's coming along. Of course, now we need to do the other side, so here we go. I might actually be able to get the line work done today. Which would be a real nice. Then I'm taking the rest of the month off. From working on the comic at least. Maybe I'll do some flatting. I don't know. Casual flatting. Recipe for quesadilla. Brother, it is tortilla, cheese, beans, rice, meat, and other tortilla. Maybe like some salsa after the fact. It's basically just take burrito or taco fixings and just turn it into a quesadilla. All you gotta do. Honestly, man, now I could go for a quesadilla. I have beans. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. I guess I'll have to determine whether I want a quesadilla or a or ramen tonight. Dang. Because a quesadilla would hit the spot. I'm not gonna lie. Things in the between. Yeah, I mean, like quesadilla is like whatever you want to make it, right? It's like tacos or burritos. Like it's whatever you want to put in it. And literally, like it's basically just a flat taco with 2 tortillas instead. At least all the quesadillas I've ever made. I mean, maybe there's some like real fancy quesadillas out there, but like I don't know. That's part of what I like about like Mexican food or Mexican American food, is like just simplicity. It's like beans, rice, tortillas, corn, you know, potatoes, all just really simple ingredients just thrown together to make like the best food you've ever tasted. It's great. Give it a little kick with some some peppers and hot sauce or something like that. Salsa. I started talking in an accent. I slip in and out of different accents, I find. It just depends on like what I'm talking about. I get it, like I'm saying even just like basic words in another language. Give some like Oh boy. YouTube has detected audio that belongs to someone else. See how long it lasts. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. If I was still on Twitch. Well, if I was still on Twitch, this wouldn't be a problem. But like, if YouTube had like a point system, betting if I made it through the end of a song, that'd be kind of a funny stream. It's like, okay, I've got to listen to these artists. Taking bets for how long I last. Do I get through the whole song before it gets stopped? I have to switch off. I mean, I'm not monetized, so it wouldn't matter. Part of me, hold on, wants to actually leave that open. That might work. Yeah. actually gonna reverse this. Hey, we survived. We ain't shut down yet. Oh, never mind. It's back. It's so funny that it gives like the little warning and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you better be careful. You might have to shut the stream down. Like, freaking do it. I dare you. At which point I'll probably switch over to chiptune. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So I have that big list, right? I'm sure you do as well. They're guilty of like all the different chiptune songs that like come up, and it's like, ooh, I wanna find that one later. But it's kind of a problem because with chiptune, heckin' there's always like kind of it's always kind of up in the air whether or not you're gonna be able to find it again. Some of those songs are really obscure and they're hard to track down. Chiptune artists got to get on that SEO. Actually, truth be told, YouTube has been kind of not too bothersome. I can't remember the last time I went down. And honestly, I think I was listening to like, gosh, what was I listening to? I think I was listening to Elder when it went down. Which is a bummer because I like listening to Elder while I work. Although it's not great for stream. I feel like chiller music is more befitting of the stream. People appreciate it a little bit more. Um, yeah, yeah, more or less is the effect that I'm going for. Just really imposing. Part of me wants to kind of extend this. That actually almost looks kind of cool. I'll keep that actually. Looks like it's just the names of the artists though. Yeah, I discovered that like just putting the name of the artist down is a little bit trickier. I mean, for one, like I usually like to find the specific song, but like I've found that like typing in just the artist name sometimes will bring up nothing, but if you have the song with it, it'll actually bring it up. But I've also found it the other way as well. Sometimes the song itself is just like non-existent. But yeah, no, it's kind of tricky. And there's not like I haven't found a good like repository of like chiptune music. There's a few out there that I found that are abandoned, unfortunately. That aren't terribly comprehensive anymore, or just straight are broken. But yeah, so kind of tricky. Finding it sometimes. This actually might be kind of done. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I don't like that. That kind of flattens it. Kind of stay protruding. Yeah, so it'd be nice to come across like an active working chiptune directory, like just like a website or something like that. But I think unfortunately like chiptune in and of itself, I don't think is as popular as it used to be. Like it's still very active. Like there's still artists and whatnot doing chiptune music and whatnot, but like a lot of the big names that sort of pushed the genre and sort of the news around the genre, stuff like DJ Cutman, his YouTube channel hasn't updated in like 10 years or something like that, you know. And so it's kind of like lost to the obscurity of the 2000s and 2010s as far as like that documentation goes. You don't have anything like an OC remix that I'm aware of. Maybe there's something out there. It'd be really nice to find if there is something like that. Because man, there's just so much history there in all that music and just how much there is, all the different artists and the culture behind it and everything. It'd be a shame to really lose any of that. That's okay. Okay. So we go from this page to this page. And I do like the more blank spot, kind of open white spot up above. That'll look cool. Yeah, I think that's done. I was expecting this to be like a couple streams, and we've been working for only a couple hours. Nice. I think I have been getting faster as far as like doing stuff like this and whatnot, because this page didn't take very long, you know. And the nice thing is about like with these walls and stuff like that is they're not particularly precise. When I was doing the you know, stuff like this, I had to really make sure like things were in the right place, like I was getting that energy and stuff like that, and like the anatomy and whatnot. And even then, you know, it's not perfect. But you know, when you're just doing, oops, undo that, please. Do that again. Okay. But when you're just doing like cliffs and stuff like that, you can be very freeform, and it usually works. Just a whole lot of lines, but it's much more just organic. Especially like, you know, you don't need like perfect straight lines and stuff like that. You can make them like nice and jagged and whatnot. Ah, come on, YouTube. Yes, I'm listening. So it makes it a little bit quicker. Okay, well, I'm gonna call that there. I'm gonna call this a stream success. Which means friggin' the line work is done. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've been working on this line work for like a year. Oh, jeez. What is this music, by the way? This is Macro Blink. So it's you could call it like Plunderphonics. He doesn't actually make the music. He just kind of it's more like a remixed playlist, right? He does like he'll mix things together and stuff like that. So this song in particular, I actually don't know because he uses a bunch of Japanese characters. Hold on, he has it here. Hold on. The number 11 is Intense by Positive Notions. So that's the original. So if you like the sound of this song in particular, this is Positive Notions Intense. But this playlist is Macro Blink. It's the one with the ring wraith on it. Again, it's Japanese characters, so I can't read it. But it's the one with the ring wraith on it. So if you go to his channel, you'll find it. Yeah. You remember this artist? Okay. Yeah, every now and again something will catch me and I'll trace back down to who like made it, you know. It's kind of fun. So that's one of those things where like a lot of people are kind of like, oh, you know, it's Plunderphonics, you know, he doesn't actually make the music, which is true. But at the same time, it also is kind of a way to learn about other artists. So it's not like the nice thing is he actually gives like the credit. Some artists don't. Some people just like throw it together and like, hey, here's this album. It's like, okay, where'd you get these? And it's like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, cool. But he's really good about actually showing like who like where this stuff comes from. That's nice. Okay. But yeah, so oh my gosh, I'm actually very happy. I don't sound it, but I am very happy because chapter 4 or chapter 3 is really close to being done. This will be big when this chapter's done. Like every page, like all 40 pages are done. I'm gonna be really happy. I'm gonna be really happy. Been a long time coming. So, that being said, I'm taking a break from the comic. Rest of October is going to be committed to other things. like I said, I'm probably going to work on the other animation that I was working on before I started this. I'll probably just start doing some coloring on that, because coloring's nice and chill. I wanted just something nice and chill, and we can hang out and just get some stuff done. Yeah, and it'll be fun to get back to that and figure out what I'm gonna do with it exactly. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining me. Liner complete, yes. Very happy. That's a big step. That's just so so nice. But yeah, so I will be back on Thursday. If not just working on a straight up other illustration for the fun of it, just having some fun, or working on the then I'll be working on the animation basically. That's my plan. So it's gonna be nice and chill on Thursday. I may take a day off from streaming here and there this month, just cause, you know, maybe on a Monday or something like that, just to chill. We'll see. But with all that being said, I'm gonna end it here for now. See you when I see you. It should be this next Thursday. But yeah, take care, keep drawing, keep doing the fun stuff, keep working on stuff, creating, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Have a good one. Goodbye.